The defense of India during World War II was one of the most critical yet often overlooked campaigns in the Pacific War. As the Imperial Japanese Army (IJA) launched its massive Yugo offensive into India in 1944, British and Indian forces, alongside Allied troops, fought a desperate battle to protect the British Raj from invasion. The campaign culminated in the battles of Imphal and Kohima, where Japan suffered one of its most decisive defeats. The victory secured India from Japanese aggression and marked the beginning of the end for Japan's ambitions in Burma and beyond. Strategic importance of India. India was a crucial stronghold for the Allied war effort in the Pacific. A base for counteroffensives, India served as the launching point for operations into Burma and China, crucial for retaking lost Allied territories. A supply hub, the Allied Lido Road and Hump airlift transported supplies to Chinese forces resisting Japan. A symbol of British power, a successful Japanese invasion of India could have triggered widespread unrest, undermining British rule in the region. Japan, meanwhile, sought to capture India to sever Allied supply lines and incite rebellion against British rule, destabilizing the region. The Japanese invasion, Operation Yugo, March-June 1944. In early 1944, General Renya Mutaguchi, commanding the Japanese 15th Army, launched Operation Yugo, an ambitious plan to invade India through Burma. His objectives were to capture Imphal and Kohima, key British supply centers near the Burmese border. Encourage an Indian revolt by supporting the Indian National Army (INA), led by Subhash Chandra Bose to overthrow British rule. Destroy British and Indian forces in the region, preventing further Allied offensives into Burma. To achieve this, 85,000 Japanese and INA troops, supported by limited air and artillery units, crossed into British India, facing a heavily fortified defense led by General William Slim of the British 14th Army. Battle of Imphal, March-July 1944. Imphal, the capital of Manipur, was the primary Allied stronghold in eastern India. The Japanese 15th Army launched its attack in March 1944, encircling the city. However, British and Indian defenders held firm, relying on air resupply and superior artillery. Key moments in the battle. April 1944. Japan's forces cut off road access to Imphal, initiating a siege. May 1944. The British 14th Army launched counterattacks, targeting isolated Japanese positions. June 1944. The Japanese suffered massive casualties due to starvation, disease, and relentless air raids. July 1944. The siege collapsed as British forces broke through Japanese lines, forcing a retreat. The battle ended with over 50,000 Japanese casualties, making it one of Japan's worst defeats in the war. Battle of Kohima, April-June 1944. While Imphal was under siege, Japanese forces also attacked Kohima, a crucial hill town guarding the road to Imphal. The battle became one of the fiercest in the Pacific War. The Siege of Kohima, April 5 to April 20, 1944. 1,500 British and Indian troops defended Kohima against a 15,000-strong Japanese force. The fighting took place in brutal close quarters, including the infamous tennis court battle, where soldiers fought within meters of each other. After weeks of intense resistance, British reinforcements arrived, breaking the siege on April 20, 1944. By June 1944, the Japanese were in full retreat, suffering catastrophic losses. Japanese defeat and retreat. By July 1944, Japanese forces were starving, disease-ridden, and decimated by Allied counteroffensives. The retreat through the Burmese jungle became a death march, with thousands dying from exhaustion and lack of supplies. Impact of the defense of India. Japan's greatest defeat in the Pacific War. Over 60,000 Japanese troops were killed, wounded, or captured, crippling Japan's Burma front. End of Japanese expansion. The failure to take India destroyed Japan's hopes of cutting off China and destabilizing the British Raj. Turning point in the Burma campaign. The Allied victory paved the way for the reconquest of Burma in 1945. Conclusion. The defense of India, marked by the battles of Imphal and Kohima, was a decisive moment in the Pacific War. The British-Indian victory crushed Japan's strategic ambitions in South Asia, weakened its hold on Burma, and signaled the beginning of Japan's long retreat in the Pacific. While often overshadowed by battles in the Pacific Islands, these fierce encounters in the jungles of India played a vital role in securing Allied dominance in the region.